Hello, Claire.
Hi.
We're sitting outside having a little chat in the
We are.
sunshine.
It's very nice.
It is, yeah, it is. Are you feeling healthy today?
Today, yes. I'm feeling definitely better than a few days ago where I had a little bit of a temperature and a sore throat. So,
Did you have a cold or?
yeah, I suppose. My nose was terrible. I had to blow my nose every 5 minutes, which is not particularly nice, particularly when you're in company. But yeah, today it seems like I've got over it a little bit and I feel much healthier.
Sneezing?
No, not really. Sneezing, no. I tend to find that I sneeze, not when I've got a cold, more to do with allergies maybe, when I'm in a place that's very dusty or something like that.
I've got a friend who, she never sneezes in ones. She sneezes once and then it's like, achoo, 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 achoo. She sneezes in a group of 5.
That's really curious, and I've never heard anything like that before. Maybe she should check the Guinness World Book of Records or something like that. Maybe she can enter there. Yeah. Sneezing for me is not so bad. I think it's far worse when you have a nasty cough, particularly if it's quite a chesty cough, and that ends up making your throat and everything quite painful. Yeah. And eventually that, of course, will mean that I end up with a headache.
Yeah. And I hate it when you've got a cold and you're coughing at night and you can't get to sleep because every time you close your eyes...
Yeah, it's terrible. You need a glass of water by the bed, and sometimes it's strange because it's almost like your cough becomes worse when you lie down or something like that. So yes, it's really frustrating.
Mind you, I mean, I don't know about you, but people always saying, oh, I had the flu. But they didn't have the flu, they had a cold.
Yes.
You know, I think there's a difference, isn't there, between having a cold and if you've got the flu, you've got a fever, you're sweating, you're aching all over. It's a bit of a different thing, isn't it? Have you ever had the flu, really?
I don't really think I have, to be honest. I think what you're saying is right. I think people can have a bad cold, but the flu is actually quite serious. And I don't think I've ever been in a situation where I've had the flu. I think I've had a cold, I think I've had bad colds, but not the flu.
I think today, the only reason either of us will get a sore throat is from talking so much.
Yes, this is really possible. Later I'm going to need lots of ice cream and yogurt, I think.
The words and phrases we're going to study from that conversation are to have the flu, a sore throat, to have a fever, to have a temperature, to blow your nose, to cough, to sneeze, ache. Meaning and pronunciation 1. Now let's try to remember those words and phrases and work on pronunciation. Answer the questions, repeat after the beep. What did I just do? I blew my nose. To blow your nose. Do you have a tissue? I need to blow my nose. What about that? What's the verb and the noun? To cough. A cough. The spelling and the sound are different. Cough. I've got a cough. I've been coughing all day. And this time? The word is a noun and a verb. What is it? To sneeze. A sneeze. Sneeze. Cover your mouth when you sneeze. If your body is very hot, hotter than it should be, or hotter than normal, we can say you've got a temperature. To have a temperature. 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 He's got a temperature. If you have a temperature, and maybe you're sweating and shaking and you feel very bad, you may have a fever. To have a fever. He needs to see the doctor. He's got a fever. What's the name of a pain, but one that isn't sudden, but goes on at about the same level for a period of time? We can have head, stomach, tooth, ache. So we can have an ache. I've got headache. Or it can be a verb. My head aches. Ache. My head aches. What do you have when the inside of your neck hurts and is bigger and redder than usual? A sore throat. A sore throat. I've got a sore throat. If you have a fever and a sore throat and a cough and you're sneezing, you might have the flu. To have the flu. She's got the flu. Vocabulary and listening, 2. Now listen to another conversation about being ill and see if you can hear any new vocabulary. Here we are sitting in Donny's lounge.
Hello.
What time is it? It's about 7 o'clock.
It's just 7 o'clock, yes.
Yeah, so we can hear the traffic a little bit in the background.
Uh-huh.
And we're talking about illness. How are you feeling? Are you feeling ill?
I'm feeling fine at the moment, thankfully, yeah.
He won't be by the time we've finished. Okay, so you're feeling okay?
Yeah, and how are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm fine. I'm fine. Actually, last week I wasn't quite so fine.
Okay.
So if we had this conversation last week,
Yeah.
my answer would be different because I had a bit of an upset stomach.
An upset stomach, okay.
I don't know how.
Had you eaten something, maybe?
I can't work out why. I usually cook all my own food, so
Yeah.
if I have an upset stomach, I must have given it to myself.
Okay, yeah.
I guess, but yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Right.
I still had to do my work.
Okay, yeah.
When was the last time you couldn't go to work because you were sick, or you felt sick, or you had an upset stomach?
Because I had an upset stomach. Well, not for a long time, but I did have an upset stomach when I was on holiday. And I think
right.
it's quite common if you go to another country, particularly because the water is different. So you drink the water and you get an upset stomach.
Were you sick?
A little bit, yeah. A little bit sick. Yes. But I survived.
And not too bad? You weren't in a lot of pain?
No, not a lot of pain. Discomfort more than pain. Discomfort from the upset stomach.
So those two illnesses are very common and not too serious.
Not too serious.
Have you ever had anything a serious disease? Like Tom told me he's actually had typhoid,
Wow.
which is a very serious disease and
Yeah.
really horrible. Have you had anything horrible like that? Nasty disease?
Touch wood. No, I have never had something as serious as that. No. I have broken my elbow. That was very painful.
How do you break your elbow?
Yeah, I fell off a bicycle.
Okay.
I was going quite fast on my bicycle and I fell, and crack, I broke my elbow.
Not nice.
No.
Did you have to have a lot of painkillers?
Yes, a lot of painkillers, and I had to wear a plaster for 6 weeks. And after that I had to go to rehabilitation, stretching exercises with a physiotherapist. Yeah.
The painkiller situation is interesting because, and medicine here, in general, you can get things here in Spain by going to the pharmacy or the chemist.
Yes.
A lot more easily. In England, for some things like some medicines, antibiotics or strong painkillers, you have to go to the doctor and he gives you a prescription.
Yes, this is
which
true.
you have to take to the pharmacist. But I have had antibiotics here with no prescription. Which is good, I suppose.
Well, yeah, it's that they're more available, more easily available, I suppose. Yeah.
Feeling ill yet?
No, I'm still fine, thank you.
So the words and phrases we're going to focus on are to be sick, to feel sick, pain, a disease, a prescription, to have an upset stomach, a painkiller. Meaning and pronunciation too. So now we'll check the words from the conversation, answer the questions and repeat after the beep. When you are not well, another way to say this is I'm sick. Sick. I'm sick. But if you say I feel sick, it doesn't mean the same thing. It means you feel like your food is going to come up from your stomach and out of your body. I feel sick. I feel sick. If you feel sick and you need to go to the toilet a lot of times, you can say you have an upset stomach. I've got an upset stomach. He's got an upset stomach. When something hurts, what's the noun? I can say I have a in my stomach. Pain. Pain. I've got a pain in my leg. And if you've got a pain, you might want to take some medicine to stop the pain. What do we call this? A painkiller. A painkiller. Where are the painkillers? I've got headache. What's the noun for a kind of illness, especially one that people can get from each other? For example, measles or chicken pox. A disease. Disease. A disease. Coughs and sneezes spread diseases. When you go to the doctor and he or she decides that you need some medicine, the doctor will give you a piece of paper to take to a chemist or pharmacist. This tells the pharmacist that the doctor says you can have this medicine, and also what the medicine is. What's this piece of paper called? A prescription. 3 syllables, stress on the second. Prescription.